Hello everyone, here we are for another episode. Oh no, just kidding. It's been quite some time to be honest, but I've not played that much of Wild Rift. But last month I actually started replaying again because I had a phase where I was just like perma-tilting with the game, so I think I am doing a lot better like this, but well. So, after this said, I am just gonna tell you this. I am basically maining Varus the whole time. I love it. I just love it. Um, I love the champion, and I love the fact that even if you are the first one to pick, he's never gonna be useless because you can play him 3 ways, as I am. So, the main one that I'm using, and I'm gonna tell you exactly why in a second, is the Lethality build, basically armor penetration and dealing damage with your abilities. Then I have a crit build and I have an AP build. About the crit build, I'm still working on it, but it's already really effective. And about the AP build, I believe it's good, but it doesn't really fit my playstyle. Again, I'll come back to why on every one of those, just in a moment. First one, the build that I love the most and the one that is mostly effective in this rank, because I am mid platinum, so just it's good, you know, just checking this. I'm gonna tell you why. You want to pick this Lethality build when there are mostly squishes in the enemy team, like a lot of squishy champions. Basically, no tanks and no more than one, eventually 2 bruisers, and the second needs to be like a damage bruiser, so a little more squishy. Why? Because this is limited by HP. If the enemies have a lot of HP, I'm telling you, you're not gonna do much. You're gonna just like throw your abilities once, they're gonna be 70% mid-life, HP I mean, and nothing else is gonna happen. So quickly, jumping into the build. Core item, listen to me, core, it's things that never change. Never. Manamune, Yumus, Cyrilda, and eventually the Lethality boots as I'm using there. About the enchantment, it's up to you, but when I play Lethality or AP, I like going for Proto Belt over the stasis. Even if with AP, the stasis kinda makes sense. First of all, Manamune, it not only gives you mana, it's gonna give you a lot of AD and damage on your spells, which is what you want. Obviously, you want to get the tier as soon as possible, let it stack, so usually what I do is I get the boots, I get the tier, and I go for Manamune. Then Yumus, really good if you want to if you have the gold to get a Yumus before your boots, do so. Because if you check the boots, that gives a 55-15, like 55 AD and 15 Lethality. Lethality is armor penetration. There it gives 30-10, which are really good stats for just like 1400 gold. So if you can get this, if you can't, or if you have the gold to, go for Yumus. Because the Yumus also compensates lack of movement speed when it stacks. Which is what it does. And after you attack, when you are full stacked, you gain attack speed. Not that useful when you want to go for a spell-based build, but it's always handy. I certainly build it Varus. I should have talked about the champion before, but I'll do it after. And Cyrilda. Just quickly gonna explain why this is a core. This, a lot of AD. This, flat armor penetration. The boots, same. And there you have percentage armor penetration. Be careful. Do not stack Cyrilda and let me find the other item. There you are. Mortal Reminder. Why? Because the Lethality, the percentage lethality in this case, is a passive. If you look at it, Last Whisper. And if you check on the Cyrilda, Last Whisper. So the passives do not stack. Probably the same as this and this. Yep, both of them are a lifeline, so do not get those items. Again, another example. Same thing as Trinity Force and Sunderer, for example. Spellblade. Spellblade. Be careful with that choosing your builds. That was a mistake that I usually did on my painting guide, for example. There you go. Serrated Dirk. Sharp. It's a passive. It does not stack. You can get a Serrated Dirk in the Yumus, for example, because it's Slice. And on the Dirk, it's Sharp. So be careful stacking passives. Anyway. The core items side. The other 2 items depends on the situation. If you want to deal more damage, Go for like a Duskblade if they have shields, go for this if you can actually basic attack without them bothering you. You can go for Collector, but avoid it. I have it here, I don't like it. It's a shame that they removed Lord Dominic's because it would fit really well on this build. That's in case the enemies have like the ability that you really want to dodge, like Vayne Condemn. It's a really good example. GA, if they have a lot of assassins that they just like jump on you, one shot and game over. For other defensive options, you also have Maw of Malmortus. Keep in mind that you're gonna deal less damage, but you're gonna be more tanky at sometimes. Surviving 1 or 2 more seconds can help you dish out more damage than if you actually want to deal more damage with other items, for example Duskblade, and you get one-shotted. Also keep in mind that Duskblade gives more lethality than the Humus. It gives as much AD, but Humus gives a bit more ability haste, and that plus the move speed is what makes me want Humus more than Duskblade, but a lot of games I end up buying both. Which you can, because it's Razor and Slice. Again, the passives. If they have a lot of shields, just go for Serpent's Fang. If they actually end up being more beefy than you thought, Blade. If your team doesn't have AP, but you go still AD, you can just go for this. Why Infinity Orb precisely? Because percentage penetration, flat penetration, that stacks well with your passive. I'm gonna tell you after. Always movement speed, nice. Your abilities will crit when they are low, so if an enemy is under 40%, over. And just EP, which fits really well with Varus. That's basically it. So now, why the Proto Belt over the Stasis? Combos. You can use it to dodge, you can use it to chase. And of course, there is still a bit of 70 damage. That doesn't matter. Really similarly to the AP build. Always first strike. Why? You get gold, you accelerate. Late game, you don't need gold, you have the damage. Then I go actually for the domination tree with Scorch. You can play with Sudden Impact, that gives you lethality. But the playstyle is, you want to throw your arrows inside of the bush and going out of the bush as soon as you release it. So you actually have the lethality. That's something you have to keep in mind, because Sudden Impact is stronger and scales a lot better than Scorch, but Scorch is just easier to use and you don't need to keep in mind, I have Sudden Impact, I need to do this. There. Actually, I have no words, just this rune is so good. You just need to play a bit around it. You're gonna mark an enemy when you use an ability. Perfect. So you throw your first ability, they are slowed, so you can hit the rest a lot better. And they will take more damage on the following. Eyeball collection. If you actually want to stack your tier faster, you could go for Ingenious, or maybe the Zombie Ward, but I prefer just Eyeball. And last rune, Coup de Grâce. Why? Too good. Just suits too well with Varus. Summoner spells. Always Barrier Flash. You can eventually get an Exhaust instead of Barrier. The crit build, you're gonna basic attack a lot. So instead of the first strike, you have Little Tempo, of course. That suits spectacularly well with Varus passive. You get the Brutal for the unhit damage, Coup de Grâce because you still want to deal damage when they are low with your abilities, even though you are not as reliant on it as them, as the Lethality build. Attack speed, of course. And as the last rune, Preservance. You could also go for something a little different, go for the Tenacity here and here, the Bond Plating, if they have a lot of assassins, or just a lot of CC, but this way, it's nicely balanced. In the worst case, they don't have a lot of CC and you don't want to run Bond Plating, go for Growth. Just as simple as that. Ghost, because since you basic attack a lot, you basically stunt yourself every time you throw an ability or basic attack, because there is the animation of him loading the bow, chuk. And with the movement speed, you're gonna compensate that. For the build, that's my good to go, most of the time. If they are squishy, you can go for this. If they have a lot of frontline, you want to go for this build, the crit build. If they have like at least 3 melee champions, which is really nice. Boots always attack speed unless you really want the CC, or they are full AD, which makes those boots really good, but most of the time you just want to go for this. And this build, since you want to stick to them, stay really close to them, just this. So why Phantom Dancer first? Doesn't give a lot of AD, but Varus has a good amount of AD, base AD, So just getting more movement speed and attack speed when this is fully stacked, perfect. You can also run shield buff first if they have assassins, and then Phantom Dance third. You always want your Infinity Edge second, because the damage it gives you, it's... Don't think about it. If you can attack more than one enemy at once, just go for Runan. If you really need wave clear for some reason, get Runan. Cyrilda, just in case you still want the penetration, like the Mortal Reminder, but they don't have a lot of heal, because this doesn't give crit but gives ability haste. And you're gonna get 75% from those 3 items anyway, so no worries. GA, always get a defensive item last. Then if they have just a lot of AP champions, get them all. If they have a lot of frontline that stacks a lot of HP, get this. But most of the time this build is gonna be good to go like that. AP, I don't really like AP because you're not reliant on your spells, you're reliant on a combo. And you're really reliant on at least 3 items. That's why I don't like this build, I don't know how to play as passive as that. For the runes there is just a slight change. I go for the precision first and then the domination. Domination, just more damage, like eyeball. But maybe it's even better if you can get the mark, because late game it's gonna compensate a bit. But the thing is, with this build the more AP you have the better, that's why I go Gathering Storm over Brutal. There, good class. Don't even think about it, it just goes too well with the champion. And there, Tenacity. If they don't have CC, Bloodline. You never go attack speed with the AP build, never. So, the only reason this is here is the passive, because all of the other items abuse the tech of the 7% penetration. That's the only reason this is here, the passive, to make your actual basic abilities worth, plus the passive from the second ability, but anyway. So my good to go build is this. The Nasher suits really well with the champion. The Infinity Orb suits really well with the kit that wants to execute enemies. Rabadon, no words. You want to get this, so when you get a takedown, you get your abilities more often, so you can play. You cannot play if you don't have your abilities. And Crown, a defensive item. If they are squishy, you go for this. If they have a lot of tanks, you go for this. If they have healing, you go for this. If they have a lot of AD, armor, they have a lot of AP, you go for this. Plus the crown, okay? Those two, instead of probably just this. Because it's just like HP stacking, you get shields, so you don't get burst. And about the summoner spell, barrier or exhaust, the same as with the Lethality build. And before I forget about it, Lethality. Now let's talk about Varus. Passive, you gain attack speed when you kill a minion or a champion. It's a little different. When you get a kill on a minion, you get 30% attack speed. Level 1. Then, if you get a kill or an assist on an enemy champion, like if that champion dies because of you, or if it dies from an assist that didn't how can I say it? If an enemy champion dies, if you eat it before 5 seconds got over, you get 60% attack speed, so you stack faster. Your ability. You don't really want to care about the abilities, I'm gonna still talk about the order just in case you want to know. First ability, he charges an arrow, careful you get slowed when you do so. The more you charge, the better. The more damage it deals. It reduces the damage it deals per each enemy hit, so you want to hit the main target first. If you actually detonate the Blight stack, which I'm gonna talk right after, it refunds 4 seconds. Fun fact, if you want to stack the tier, you just hold your first ability and cancel. Yes, it refunds a bit of the cooldown and the mana, but it stacks, it counts as a stack. So you want to do this as often as you can to stack the tier. Second ability, it gives you a passive. The passive is your basic attacks will deal a bit of AP damage and apply a stack. Okay, my internet ran down. Never mind, let's fix this. Anyway. Please? Okay, thank you. So, I hope it won't affect the record. Hopefully. Okay, it came back for some reason. Lol. I was saying, your basic attacks will deal AP damage and apply a stack for 6 seconds. If my internet could stop messing up, thank you, up to 3 stacks. Other abilities, keep in mind this, other abilities will detonate the stacks. Means that if the enemies have 1 stack, when they will get hit by an ability, the stack will be consumed and deal damage. With the max HP. So it doesn't matter if they are squishy or not, they will take a lot of damage. Up to 3 stacks. The more stacks, the more damage, of course. When you activate it, the blight stacks that you apply from basic attacks deal more damage. Sorry, from the detonation, not the basic attacks, the detonation. And your next piercing arrow, which is the first ability, will deal more damage depending on how low they are. The lower they are, the more damage they will take. So again, it's an execute. The Hail of Arrows, which is the ability that you go level 1 because it's really easy to hit. It's a zone that you put on the floor, that deals damage, slows the enemy, and apply grievous wounds, that is anti-heal. Ultimate. You throw a skill shot that hit an enemy. That enemy is rooted for 2 seconds, and per each second, up to 3 seconds, they get a stack. So they don't get 3 stacks all of a sudden, they get like 1, 1, 1. So you don't want to throw your abilities immediately. I'm gonna talk to you about the combos after. Fun fact to keep in mind, people tend to think that only this ability deals damage, or eventually this one. And by dealing damage, I mean detonating the stacks from the second ability. Stacks, keep this in mind. But no, it says other abilities. So yes, fun fact, the ultimate also detonates the stacks. With that said, I'm gonna go into practice mode to show you some quick combos. The ability maxing order, or you want to get, is always level 1 you get the third, level 2 you get the second, level 3 you get the first. And then about abilities maxing, you always get the first one first. If you go for AP, you go for the stacks. If you go for AD or crit, you go for the third. And then you get the last one last. And ultimate, obviously, as soon as it's up. Sometimes I am still doubting, like when I play the Lethality build, if I should go the maxing on the second ability second or third ability second. I'm still testing it, but both cases in the Lethality build, both are good. My game is suffering because my phone is kinda old, but for the video I need the good quality ones. Let me just check. Okay, 18 minutes. You're used to it. But you have timestamps, you can skip it. I could have shut the hell up and cut this part, but you're used to it. You're used to it. No worries. So here we are on the Rift. I actually have the Lethality build, but the combos are basically the same. So level 1, get the sword. If you play the AP, get a little book. Where can I go? I can go to the river. 0 CD. Let's be level 5. And let's go. Let's put the dummy. Where is it? There you are. Disable the bot. So, quick thing with the proto build, something that you can do is just like dash, use like dash ult. That's something nice that you can do. And as you can see, if you see this little mark here on an enemy, that's the mark of the weak. So if you hit it, you won't get the stack. But if you hit it with an ability, I think it's not cooldown, but they're gonna get the mark. It's kinda stupid that the ability is, the runes, I mean, don't have 0 cooldown. It's a shame. Anyway, perfect combo. 2, 3, use your ult. 1, use this one. 1, 2, and then book. Okay? So, quickly repeating it, you attack 3 times, basic attack 3 times, use your ultimate, you attack once, you throw your third, because normally they won't get, they will get stacks. Then they will get the third stack from the ultimate, you're gonna attack twice, and then use this ability and the arrow. Okay? Why? Because you want to just use your stacks as much as possible, as many as possible, optimizing them, and when they are low, you're gonna execute them with the second and first ability. So quickly do it again, okay? 1, 2, 3, ultimate proc stacks, 1, there, 1, 2, and now, boom. Okay? That's basically your good to go combo. Or you can just like, come close to the enemies, ha, you're in the bush, boom. You go, you attack, you use that once, you attack 2 more times, like that. Late game, it should be good. Talking about late game, you can just like come, charge your arrow, and on the Fog of War, boom. That's your main gameplay. Fog of War, poke. Fog of War, you keep poking. You can flash the first and the ultimate, okay? So, if you do this, see, I'm not in range. But if I do this, and I flash, you got it. And then... there you go. I forgot to attack once more, I should have basic attack once more before using the first ability, but well. Because I kill him, I gain attack speed. Your basic attacks won't be fast, but they will hurt, even turrets, because turrets have armor, if you can see on the upper part of the screen. Look, see? So, because you're playing a Lethality, Lethality works on turrets. Let's just quickly recall. That's basically your good-to-go combo. During the laning phase you want to poke, during the late game you want to poke. Don't think I can get the Proto Belt. It's only after 6 minutes, whatever, but... Proto Belt in, boom. That's what you want to do. Oh, there is an ability, you can dodge it with the Proto Belt. Anyway. So, here we are. Okay, just quickly checking. I get the sword, and I get the pink. I'm gonna tell you why. I put it in the bush, because most of the time people are gonna drop a ward in this one. Here we go. I don't know the Seraphine, but the Seraphine was just taking my farm, so... Or no, that was another Seraphine that I got, so that's good. Level 1, start with the third ability, so you can poke. Try to poke the enemies and the wave, but most importantly the wave. You want to get higher level than them. For some reason my Seraphine left me alone, so I took a lot of damage. I should have went a little... back, maybe even more, but well, cannot control our allies, unfortunately. I get a heal, so I can fight back. There you go, poke the wave, poke them. That's what you want to do, and you're gonna get gold from the first strike. Maybe not much, but you're gonna get. The more the game goes on, the more gold, the more damage. There you go, really nice. Actually took the polymorph from Lulu on purpose, so if she uses Q, she won't have as much range. Caitlyn lane. Keep in mind that it's an easy lane, not in the first levels, because the strength from Caitlyn is the range, and Varus cannot range her with his abilities. But in the first levels, you don't have all your abilities, so respect, probably until the first time you recall. I'm level 3, so it's nice. Focus on farming. If you can recall and get a tier and Dirk or boots, perfect. One more time, poke them, poke the wave. There. I'm mostly focusing on the minions that I am actually hitting her, so that's good. I'm walking forward. I was expecting my Seraphine to walk forward, but well, we could have forced Caitlyn's flash, or at least the ghost. Just gonna... oops. Sorry. Blue... yeah, exactly. So you see what I see. See? Poke. Get gold. And now I know she's dead unless she flashes. It's unfortunate that I used the ability on the Lulu. I would have killed Caitlyn. Keep in mind that when you hit an enemy champion, I really need to crash this wave. I want more. Because I have... okay, it's actually okay. I could have recall there. More poke, as you can see. You want to poke them out of lane. That's what you want to do. You want to be the aggressor. He scales quite well, but he's a lane bully. You see? Crash, I go back. And now with this amount of gold, look at that. Now, the perfect recall is 1800, because you can get the tier and boots, because you got the sword first. But there, I didn't want to wait for like 25 gold. Yes, I would have got the boots. And do you see what I did? Look at the stacks under the heal. I actually picked heal this game because the Seraphine didn't wanted to, but usually you want to get barrier or exhaust. Now I would have the boots. And the difference is huge, because lethality in the early game is really big. Poke the wave, poke them. If you can, your playstyle, just poke them, boom. First of all, ult, let me just play this. I used my first ability a little too early. And this was... I messed up, I should have... Lulu was dead there, but it's my bad. I should have thrown the ability a little further. The playstyle is... You crash the wave, you poke them under turret, so they lose a lot, and you gain gold from the first strike and from the pressure. Then, on lanes that are harder, you just want to play with your poke. As you can see, just poking the Lulu. I'm taking damage, I don't care. Look at her. Boom. See? Damage, she's out. So I can, like, let's say, safely keep pressuring. You kinda want to your support to ward the river, so you see if the enemy jungle is coming. Keep in mind that maybe not at level 1, but at level 2 and 3 your ultimate is a really low cooldown, so don't be afraid of using it. And there, I'm pinging my ultimate. I already have it again. So if Caitlyn is in range, I'm gonna try it. Believe me. Don't be afraid of using your ult. There Amumu was sleeping. I don't know what he did. It was just there. He exists. I'm keeping my spells, because I want to go slowly there. I'm pinging him because he's fucking sleeping. I was waiting for the scuttle to come to him. I'm slow pushing this wave, because normally Seraphine is almost having his, 10 seconds. If you could use both, it's good. A quick tip. Okay, I just throw it like whatever. She's dead almost. There you go, basic attack, you're dead, and I'm gonna take this. You want to take as many kills as you want, believe me. This is a perfect build to snowball, so you want to be eating it. Now I want to crash this wave. The Seraphine did really well on using the ability, but not taking the minions. Look at the wave clear. I should have taken the plate, I just saw it because the plate's gonna fall from the minions. Damn it. But I decided to help my jungler on the Drake. He didn't need help, believe me. I should, now that I look at it, I should have just like attacked the turret once, get the plate and recall immediately, and fuck the dragon. It was theirs already. We saw her even top because she got the herald. And there. Boom. See? Really good. Oh, by the way, to help stack the tier a little faster, when you are in base, use the third ability. Again, maximizing the stacking tier speed. Also, Varus does really well in a 2v1 situation, because he can just like melt the wave under turret. I thought they had a ward there, but no. She just fucked up my wave, it's unbelievable, but at least it's pushed, so we can actually attack the turret. Ah, yeah. She used the polymorph, that's why I got so much delay. Just taking the turret. We can take it, I guess. If not now, on the next wave. I like playing aggressive with this guy, so nice. And when you are ahead, you have no reasons to hold back. As you saw, I just used my ultimate, just whatever. Just focusing on the turret, it was a really good ultimate. So Caitlyn was not clearing the wave. And look at that. 2v1, I'm just walking forward. Boom. I'm curious about something, I know what's gonna happen next, but I'm just curious. It's a shame. Because look, I throw it on the bush, I don't know if they were there. That's something that you can try. A big question that I had when I start playing Varus is, when do I want to use my second ability? Most of the time, you don't. Use it when the enemies are low HP. So, typically, when I try to just... Okay, let's just watch this. I lost vision on the bush, it's such a shame. There you go. See? Yes, I lost my flash from it. It's okay. It's a shame that I actually took the damage. The Seraphine was almost there, but she shielded me, so I am not dead. 2v1, and I decide to just go in and kill the Lulu. Still checking the bush with the third ability. What I want to do there, I have no HP, so just clear the wave, probably go back. Because I have a lot of gold to spend. Normally I have the boots and the Maramune. Yep. I'm gonna wait just a bit of gold, it's 500 when you have both components. So yeah, I got it, I got the boots. I'm big, I'm fucking big. So, typically, best case scenario, you want your team to play with you. Because look at this, I'm so fed. Let's say about Caitlyn. I have 1.5k ahead of her. The team needs to play with me. I'm big. See? I melt waves. Now it's a bit risky for me to walk up like this. But I am. I saw Caitlyn on the map going this way, so look at it. See? I'm trapping on the bush. You're gonna see me miss a lot of ultimates, by the way. It's okay. The Caitlyn actually dodged up. I thought she would dodge to the side. I thought I was dead there from the brand. Now, what should a normal person do? Recall. But what am I doing? Just overstaying and complaining about the game. Yeah, I know. That one's on me, okay? No words. But with that, I got nothing. Again, if you're watching this and you're not playing with the Varus, play around him. He's gonna do so much for you. And the better the Varus is, the more he's gonna eat. That's what you want to do. You're gonna see me mid-game, staying mid, maybe going side to get waves like this. But you want to stay mid. Why mid? Because from there, you can just like go top, you can go bot, a lot easier. You can just get mid pareo for the objectives like dragons and heralds. Maybe contest on the enemy jungle. The more lethality you have, the more you're gonna hurt the turrets. So just stay mid, avoid doing what I'm doing. I am doing because, well, the Zed or the Renekton refused to go bot, so let's just do this. I'm gonna get this next wave. It's not that risky because Riven was top. Just like clearing wave, so we can just like go for dragon. I am spam pinging it, or telling my team on the chat to get it. Look how aggressive I'm gonna play. I'm staying here. I cannot really do much, but look at the brand. Just look at that. Yes, Seraphine dealt damage, yay, but she has one mandate, and that was basically my hero that dealt like 1k damage. And there, look how much I am playing with her balls. Look at that. Look, just pay attention. Just first ability on cooldown. If I can, boom. I thought she would go that way. Whatever. It's okay. Just keep throwing your abilities. If you hit your first ability on an enemy that has at least one stack, it's gonna refund 4 seconds. That's why usually you want to attack an enemy before. Not only for the damage, but also for the cooldown. She's afraid of me. She's definitely afraid of me. I'm not saying I'm gonna like completely carry this game, but that's a really good example on how to play Varus. Something I could have done was just like throw a first ability there. But well, just going sides because neither Zed or Renekton actually want to go sides, they prefer staying mid for some reason. But it's okay, you have really good wave clear. And now, side lane pushed from the ADC and the support. Now we can go. What do I want to do? Now, do you want to fight without your first strike? It's fine, to be honest. Okay, the Zed is actually doing something, he's gonna die from it, but... There you go, I completely whiffed my ultimate, but it's okay, I can still kill her because basic attacks apply blight, so whatever. There, what do you think I'm gonna do? First ability. And look how annoying I'm gonna be. Boom, a pink, so I can remove your ward. Get a good angle so I can hit all 3 minions, and there you go. Now, should I recall? If you look at me, half mana, maybe. But if you look at my gold, no. Why? Because the Cerilda costs 3100, so I need gold for that. If I could have actually get the red buff, it would be nice, but I wouldn't have got it. I didn't want to steal it either. Look, I am recalling and I look at my gold like, nah, I cannot, I need 100 gold. I was pinging my Cerilda, but he was like, go back, get out. There you go, now I have it. So I can just recall. Because I'm gonna recall with the Cerilda. Now, I'm fucking huge. I want to fight. I was apologizing to him because I had Cerilda and I was spamming it, so... That's a huge difference. And from now on, you're gonna decide what you want to do. Since I'm quite fed, usually defensive options are good, but on Varus, because you can play from so far, I think I'm gonna go for a Duskblade, so I can just like midlife Caitlyn with 1 arrow, Bren 2, maybe not Riven, but Diana if she doesn't have a shield, Lulu if she doesn't shield up. That's something that you can do, trap, but that's a little greedy because Caitlyn came from behind. She polymorphed me. I would have killed her. I would have totally killed her, but well. And by the way, I just used my ultimate and look at that. In 20 seconds it's back up. Don't be afraid of using it, really. Even if you completely missed. We saw it on mid lane. There were like 4 people in line and Brian, poof! Completely whiffs it. Just removing vision, so you're putting the pressure because they don't know if we are actually on Baron or not. But the pink, it's better if you put it here, so they cannot kill it from the other side of the wall. And look there, if the game actually wants. I use my ultimate again. See? 30 seconds. In 30 seconds it's back up. There, nothing. What do I want to keep doing? Keep pressuring, but this time the jungle is dead, 2 of them are dead, so free Baron. Helping a bit, 3 basic attacks, 3rd ability, 3 basic attacks, 1st ability. You don't need to hold it, but just a bit of damage, and because the Baron is basically secured, I'm already walking mid, so I can just get this. Just gonna push this wave and I should recall because I must have a lot of gold on me. Even if you didn't got kills, you still get first strike gold. And like, that's the question of what the fuck am I actually doing? Why am I not recalling when I am the only person alive and on the map because I can take turrets fast? I should have just run, but look at this. There you go, fuck off. And the Proto Bell to run away just in case. If I wouldn't have used it, she could have chased me. And there, I still hit them, we saw it. We saw the lights. Meanwhile, my team was doing dragon, so I was just pressuring mid. Yeah, sure. The Diana must be happy out of this one. If she wouldn't have shielded herself, she would have been dead. And by the way, Varus can play. What do I do now? Nothing, just play with them. Just use the plan to look for them so I can just like poke. There. I am gonna be probably delusional by saying this, but it's gonna be Renekton's fault. And I'm gonna show you why. I say I ping Renekton to come top. He say top. And I was like, good, perfect. Now we just need to wait for the wave. We have the sword to see them coming. We need to wait for this wave, but Renekton decided to go there. And look at what Riven's gonna do to me. I cannot do anything. I can't. Why? Because Renekton wasn't with me. If Renekton was with me, he could have stunned the Riven and prevent her to actually go on me. And there, this team fight would be over ages ago. Like, even if Amu is not there, whatever. But this team fight would have been won ages ago. Ages. But because I'm dead, a lot of my team's damage is gone. I'm gonna get another item as soon as I respawn. And I was like, what should I get? I could go for a GA. But since I'm just dead, it's okay, whatever. So just get the Duskblade. I'm probably just gonna get the Duskblade. I just want to deal more damage. And I told my team when I was dead, I was actually mad. Just stick with me. And the Renekton is like, okay, so from now on, I'm gonna be by your side. which is not gonna be the case 100%, but you got it. Bueno. Yeah, still using the ability just because the thumbs up was actually for Renekton when he said that he was about to stay on my side. Don't know what's happening there. My god. What? Let me guess. Oh, he's not going AP. Okay. So I just clear a wave mid lane, and instead of going forward, I actually go back, get a little sword, and go. Why? Because we have no vision. So no point on going there. I think on this game I'm gonna show a big strength of Varus that is preventing the enemies from getting objectives because of your damage. Now, if you want me to be honest, we are completely stupid. The dragon is up, the Elder Dragon is up, and we are on the other side. But the enemies are not smart either, so they are also top side. I am a bit far from the team, which is a shame. There, I missed my Q, so no point. There, if you want me to be honest, I was completely not focused on the game. I was like answering to a message, so I just attacked the dragon the whole team fight instead of helping them. But it's gonna show you really well why Varus is good on for enemies to prevent objectives. You see? I have no vision. I see the Diana there. Okay, she used the plant. That's what I see. So I throw my ultimate. Boom. Okay? There. Midlife again. And I almost killed Diana too. See? I am just preventing them to get the objective. They could have got it. But no, they didn't. By the way, yes, the base is being attacked. Maybe that's why that was another reason. But mostly because of my damage. They were too low. And don't forget that Elders actually hurt. Kinda like Baron. So they couldn't do it, so I would just like stand behind and do it. Just quickly checking, because my first strike was up. If I would have actually hit someone, I would have heard it. But well, happens. There, I'm not sure what I want to build. Probably an Edge of Night. No, I was going for a Serpent's Fang, because shield, shield, shield. And she can probably get a shield from somewhere, whatever. Or him. There are so many shields on the game, it's nice. And the Lethality you get from the Serpent's Fang, which is the anti-shield item, is actually good. For example, look, another arrow. Hook! Okay, close. This one gives 18 Lethality. Okay, Amumu and Zed decide to go for Baron. That's risky, but actually went off for some reason. But the enemies are gonna get the Elder. It's a good trade, but with the Varus, I personally prefer the Dragon. Look at what I'm doing. Just playing on their face, throwing my ability. Boom! There you go. Thank you, Renekton, for taking that one for me. Just throwing my abilities, keep throwing my abilities. Look at me, I'm gonna Proto Belt, third ability. Try to slow the Lulu. It wouldn't have hit her, but she flashed for some reason. And now that's the part where sieging is nice. Because Varus is considered as an artillery champion that is really good for siege. What is siege? This. Attacking a turret and preventing the enemies from clearing the wave or getting towards you, because you're just like spamming them with your abilities. Yes, I don't know what the fuck this guy is doing. And they have Elder too, but so... yes, sure. I am still throwing my abilities. See? Just throwing it. And I have Dragon Soul. So perfect. See? She died out of nowhere. And there's another one coming. Come on. Who's gonna open wide? Look at the damage on the turrets. It's so good. Keep throwing your abilities. I thought the brand would walk this way, but no. There, I'm playing on his face. Dead. So now it's a moment where I have the Elder on me and I was like, am I dead? Apparently not. And that's how the game ends. Just, my team did the rest, because I killed the Caitlyn, because the brand was dead basically because of me, because the Lulu had to go back. So the minions are just gonna finish the game, but that's how you want to play it. That's a really good game to show you what Varus can do. So guys, just try it. Varus is really good if you're playing ADC. Practice. Don't go like first timing Varus on rank, just go PvP, or even versus bots. You just need to understand the champion. Things you need to focus. Proccing the stacks, knowing your timings, eating your abilities mid and late game. Okay? Keep in mind, early game, laning phase, poke them, crash the wave, poke them under turret, maybe get plates, get prior for dragons, recall, get stronger. Mid game, stay mid, maybe rotate to sides, but stay mid, don't overextend. So try to get vision around mid. Late game, stay with your team, stay far behind your team. You don't want any enemy to get close to you, that's why the barrier or exhaust is really good, and the proto belt to actually just like try to reach on an enemy or running away from another. But just poke, 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 poke. That's the only thing you want to do. You're gonna hurt no matter what. If they have a tank, don't go for it. Go for the squishies. Okay? With that said, guys, thank you for being there with me for another video on Wild Rift. Tell me what do you think. And obviously, try all of the builds. Keep in mind that Lethality build scales really... scales fine. The crit build scales really well, but you need to play on their face. And the AP build needs at least 3 items to start playing, plus the boots. So, keep that in mind. You can blind pick Varus really well. That means that you can pick it like first and adapt depending on the enemies. Strength, late game, basic attacks, poke, even have some self-peel with the slow from the third ability and the CC from the ultimate. Weakness, low mobility, squishy. Besides that, just go for it. I love him. Guys, thank you one more time for being there with me for another video. If you want, I have some Wild Rift videos. Maybe don't play the builds that I was because I was still learning and there was a lot of mistakes build and play-wise, but anyways, for fun, you know. I have a lot more on the channel, so check it. Tell me what you think about this, tell me what you think about Varus. And if you like him, if you like to play him or playing against, I don't know. Consider leaving a comment, a like on the video if you like it or dislike it if you didn't, but never forget about this. Stay the way you are, you're amazing, and see you guys.